Can we check?
Hello, hello.
Hi, Dere, हम लोग
Check.
हैं? Both of us simultaneously. Hali,
Hello.
say हम तो रेडी है. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League 2025-26. We are coming to you live from the Golden Jubilee Stadium in Upia. We are here for the second qualifier, the final qualifiers, which we will see between the two teams, Siang Warriors FC and SUBANSIRI United FC, in a few minutes' time. For the now, this is me, Sanju Dodum, and I'm joined here by my colleague and friend, Nani Hali. Hali, we have been associated with the commentary since the beginning of the league, more or less. How has this experience been for you so far? Of course, bearing in mind the fact that we are both, we haven't done this before, so this has been a new experience for both of us. How have you felt the experience has been?
Well, I think this experience has been great, Sanju. As you have rightfully pointed out that this was the first time for both of us. Although I love the game, I'm a coach myself. I was a player, but then commentary as a space was completely new for me. But then I completely loved it, and then I feel grateful to be able to play a part in this Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League 2025. I think this is the beginning of a new chapter in the history of Arunachal football, and this is what was required. This is what was missing, and to be able to get an opportunity to do something for the league, it has been absolutely enthralling for me.
Absolutely, it's been a great experience for me as well. As we both said, we both agreed and we observed this many a times throughout the league that this in fact has been a brand new approach, a very fresh approach to football in Arunachal. What do you think has been the standout factor in this league insofar, let's say, compared to any other football tournament that you may have seen in your personal capacity? Because see, fact is, you are the one who's more well versed with the game. I have been playing a supporting role for you throughout the campaign. So what are your thoughts as far as Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League 2025-26 is concerned? What has been the standout factor?
Well, I think without any bit of exaggeration, Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League is one of the, I would say, best state leagues in the entire country. The way it is conducted, if you look at the production, if you look at the quality of the players, the names that have come into the league, you have all these, some familiar names in Indian football. You have the likes of Malinganva Maitai, the head coach of SUBANSIRI, Alison Khasintiu, head coach of Siang Warriors, and some really familiar names, players as well in many of the teams. So I think this Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League is definitely one of the most well conducted state league in the entire country, I would say. And then the best thing about this league, I would say, is the fact that all the young talent that we are seeing coming up through the ranks, the likes of Lentham Panjang, Joseph Yorpen in Siang Warriors, Kon Tolu, Jenko Gadi for Capital Complex, Rohan Sung Adong for Namsa FC. The fact that this league is providing the much needed opportunity, the much needed platform for all these youngsters, I think this is the most important thing about this league. And I'm pretty sure, as I've already said, that this is the missing piece in the Arunachal football jigsaw. And very soon I'm pretty sure that our state team is going to perform really well, and a big credit will go to Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League.
Fantastically put. We of course cannot undermine the efforts that has been put in by the organizing team and all the people who have been behind the scenes working tirelessly. It's almost been a month of non-stop football, really. It's not been easy for anyone who's been involved. So a huge shout out to the entire team. But as you said, Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League is something which has given a fresh dose of energy to Arunachali football. We have players coming up from all across, not just the state, but the region, but even the country for that matter. You are, of course, more familiar with most of the names as opposed to me. I'm just kind of playing along as we went. Nonetheless, insofar, just coming back to the match that we will encounter today, the match between SUBANSIRI United and Siang Warriors. Now, of course, this is the final qualifier. The one who goes through will meet CCFC in the final. We have to mention one thing, that CCFC at this point is very comfortably in the lead. They have beaten Siang in their final, or rather the last match, and they're through to the finals, and they're getting a very good rest of almost 5 days. How do you think that's going to do for their morale, their performance in the final, which is coming up on the 8th of November?
Well, Capital Complex has been one of the best sides in the league. It was always been a joy watching the team play, and of course, it's a very good observation. I would say the fact that they are getting more than 5 days of rest going into the final, as opposed to their opponent, which is going to be either Siang Warriors and Subansiri United. Of course, that factor is going to play a bit of a role, but nonetheless, I think be it Siang Warriors or Subansiri United, both the teams are also very formidable, and even though they will get a bit less time to recover, but I don't think they will put in any less effort whatsoever than Capital Complex.
So you sure that today's match, as tiring as it might get, because we did see a very long and tiring match in this build-up to this match, which was between Subansiri and Niga United, almost 90 minutes of full play, 30 minutes of extra additional time, and then the penalty. So are you sure that that's not going to weigh heavily on Subansiri United, number one? And if they have a very grueling match with Siang Warriors today, that obviously might have somewhat of a factor going into the finals, don't you think?
Yes, of course it will. As I said, the fact that Capital Complex FC players will be getting more time to recover and rejuvenate from their previous game, so that is going to help them physically. But then football is also about the mental approach to the game. So Siang Warriors or Subansiri United, both of them will definitely be mentally pumped up, even though physically, yes, they wouldn't get as much time as Capital to recover. But then mentally, of course, I'm pretty sure that they will be giving it their 110%.
Right. Getting back to the match in question. Let's have a little bit of a quick, look back at both the teams. Siang Warriors campaign so far. What do you think they have done right? What do you think they could have done better, which has got them to this point in the tournament?
Well, Siang Warriors FC, when the tournament started, on paper, I would say they were, I wouldn't be wrong if I say they were one of the underdogs.
Right.
But then kudos to the footballing brain of Alishan Karsintiu. They've performed wonderfully in the entire league. If you remember the first match, they lost against Capital Complex 5 in the second game, lost against Capital Complex 5-1. So that was a bit of a heartbreak for them. But then from that point, the way they bounced back, that the tactical discipline that they have maintained so far, and then the how clinical they have been on their counter-attacks, I think it has been absolutely phenomenal. And on the other side, Subansiri United, they are the comeback kings. Even the previous game, what a game, what a drama
Absolutely.
it was. Yeah, the game against Niga United. Well, Subansiri United, they are one of the most best sides as far as defense is concerned. They've only conceded 8 goals in total, which is the least in the entire league.
Right.
Yes. So this match, I think Siang Warriors will, of course, Siang Warriors depend a lot on Meban to do the magic. So, but then again, in the previous game, Yuvatakam considered a red card. So in his place, Pritam has come in. But then they have to, Subansiri United now they have to sacrifice Ronald Singh. But then Milo Taring, the local lad, has come in place of Ronald Singh. So I think the Pritam Singh will have to, make sure that he doesn't allow any space or time whatsoever for Meban to do anything. But then Meban, just a 17-year-old kid, doing wonders in this league. So he will definitely be, testing the waters for Subansiri United defense, particularly for Pritam.
It's just amazing to hear you talk about all those players with their names and their performances without having to look at any kind of stats sheet. We have done the commentary together, but honestly, I couldn't for the life of me remember all those names and the performances. Now, the fact is that coming into this match, Subansiri United, like you mentioned, one of the players did get a red card in the previous match, and because of which he cannot be a part of the match today. Do you think, if you remember that match, do you think that red card was a little silly to begin with, perhaps? There was absolutely no need to have been challenging the referee in the manner that he did, and possibly that could play a big factor in today's match?
No, absolutely. I think Yuvatakam had a wonderful season. He as well has been playing a very crucial role in the defensive line for Subansiri United. But then in the previous game, tempers do flare up at times. You do lose your mind at times. But then being the skipper of a team, I think he should have avoided that, and he himself wouldn't be happy with that, with what he did. But then things happen in football. This is football. Sometimes you lose your mind, and then things happen. Yeah, but then Pritham has come in his place, and
Right.
Ronald Singh has to be substituted. He is now on the bench. In his place, Milo Taring, the man who scored the winner in the previous game, has come in, and I think Jerry is now there, and a lot of weight will be there on the shoulders of Jerry, Amarjeet Singh, all these players, and
Right.
Kon Tolu as well, of course. I think in the previous game, man of the match. What a wonderful match he has had. Provided the assist for Milo Taring in the 101th minute. So I think this is going to be an absolute banger of a match.
Do you reckon Capital Complex FC is looking at this match, probably trying to get their strategy for the final, which they are comfortably in, and probably going to be really well rested, looking after this, seeing who their opponent is going to be? Or do you think CCFC has been so dominant throughout their campaign that they don't really care? I mean, the fact is, if Siang goes through to the finals, they have already lost to CCFC twice. And if I may just recollect with you, Subansiri has lost to CCFC once. So that must again be bearing in the minds of both the teams in this instance, that, they are going to the finals, one of them. They are going to meet CCFC, who's been absolutely dominant throughout the competition so far.
They have been absolutely dominant, there's no doubt about it. But we have to remember that they lost the match against Namsa FC as well, and they conceded 4 goals in that particular match. So this is football. Even though you have been dominant, you have been playing well the entire tournament, but anything can happen. So they have to be on their toes. They cannot afford to be complacent. And I'm pretty sure the head coach of Capital Complex, Kipa Bharat, is in the stadium. He will definitely be, having his notepad on his hands and making down all the notes to make sure that they are ready to meet their opponent in the final with all the armory in their bag.
I'm sure Capital Complex FC is ready for whoever qualifies today. And as we both agree, they've been absolutely dominant, except for that last match against Namsai, which we don't quite know what happened there. Nonetheless, CCFC is very comfortable because we're just kind of running out of time. So last words. Who would be your key player to look forward to in today's encounter for both the teams, and a prediction as far as the score line, if you had to?
I think the midfield line for Subansiri United, Jerry, the likes of Jerry, Amarjeet and Sushil, they're going to play a very important role. And as far as Siang is concerned, Meban is always there, and the local lads, the likes of Joseph Yorpen, they'll also be playing a very crucial role. And as far as my prediction is concerned, I'm going to go for Siang Warriors, a tight win for Siang Warriors, 2-1. What about you? What's your prediction?
Well, it's going to be absolutely guesswork, because unlike you, I don't have the statistical knowledge behind this. But in all likelihood, and without doing any playing favorites, I think there's a high likelihood that this might go up to penalties. That's what my thought is. So with that said, I think
we have run out of time.
We are running out of time. The teams are going to slowly make their way to the pitch. And ladies and gentlemen, we will now hand over the camera back to the team in the upstairs. They're going to look after what's happening next. We have gone through all the statistics that we could possibly, with our predictions. 2-1 for Siang as per Nani. I'm thinking it might just go off to the penalty shootouts like we saw in the last game between Subansiri United and Nega United. I'm not sure if that's how it might turn out to be, but maybe we'll get to that point where we can see so much football that, we'll just be like really had enough of it, yet we can't have enough of it at the same time. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're just signing off for now. The teams will be walking inside the pitch shortly, and the game will start. So with that, thank you so much for joining us. We'll come back again in the finals, which will be in the 8th. CCFC is waiting to meet the winner of today's encounter between Siang Warriors and Subansiri United. Thank you so much.
65, speeding up the PCH, a hell of a ride. They don't wanna see us make it, they just wanna divide. 2017, Bonnie and Clyde. Speeding up the PCH, a hell of a ride. They don't wanna see us make it, they just wanna divide. 2017, Bonnie and Clyde.
Just a couple of pieces left in the INL puzzle as we move towards the ending of the season. And tonight we are at the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium for the second qualifier between Siang Warriors FC and SUBANSIRI United FC. One last balancing act over the next couple of hours remains, and one last pause at the threshold before entering the storm. Capital Complex FC are ready at their final pit stop, resting for now but rejuvenated for the 8th of November, where they'll meet either of Allison or Marlim's side. A cool, calm evening here in Upia, around 18 degrees centigrade, a light breeze drifting through, perfect for football under the lights. And the pitch slightly worn after heavy action but still firm and even. The ball should move through, idle for quick passes and brave touches. So here we are then, the penultimate chapter of the INL. Siang Warriors FC beaten 2-1 in the last qualifier. Get one more shot at redemption. They stand just 90 minutes away from the final. And SUBANSIRI, heroic in their comeback win over FC Niga, from 0-2 down to triumph on penalties. And now they carry momentum, belief and fatigue in equal measure. A win tonight and a date with Capital Complex awaits in the grand finale. Lose and the season fades under the Upia floodlights. One more hurdle, one more heartbeat night. The road to the final runs through here. Siang Warriors from the valleys of Siang to the heart of Upia. Their journey has been one of grit and quiet conviction. And as the figures pass through the mouth of this game, the world changes. The next couple of hours where decision, demands, and direction will be difficult to keep, because in knockout football, space can behave in a strange way. And so can the clock, depending on which side you are backing. Tonight, time will move differently. It will flow, it will rush, and it will slow down. And it is a fascinating tactical insight. Alison Carson-Tew, always like a man planning an ambush on a narrow mountain, but he wins most of the battles in this wide expanse. And Malamute, of course, he has made SUBANSIRI win with their limited resource. He has made the limitations part of the style. Final football and fabulous finishes. That's what we've had in the first qualifier. What are we going to get in store here on the second? Hoping to be an absolute belter. The referee in charge is Karba Kampu, supported by Bruce Lee Talong and Gurang Dodu. Sangam Kayang is the fourth official. Trying to force by the two captains, and this is the lineup. Siang Warriors, 4 changes from the Capital Complex game. Gleason starts in between the sticks. Sanju Bori in midfield. Laudan Moya starts as well in the attacking midfield. Anurag Diali is on the bench for this crucial clash. Malamite has made a couple of changes as well, and one of them forced Yowa Takami suspended. So a very experienced Pritam replacing him at centre back, and Milo Tari starts ahead of Ronald Singh, who is on the bench. Malamite sticks to his tried and tested 4-2-3-1 formation. It is worth remembering how close this game can be. The past adds a quiet edge. When the met in the league stage on 25th of October, Hanutali's lone strike separated them. Two sides, they know how to play football in the right way. It's not boring having a 2-1 result in the qualifier. And keeping a clean sheet is the key. That shows you are in control. You are in control of your team and of the contest. And lastly, tonight, one of these teams have to win this game, and they have to get themselves to the final. The numbers tell one story, but tonight emotions will write the next. Siang Warriors FC, 10 games, 6 wins, 1 draw, 3 defeats, 17 goals scored, 16 conceded. A team that lives on the edge. They win by daring, they risk by design. Their football is fearless and their spirit unbreakable. On the flip side, SUBANSIRI United. There is a similar number of games, 6 wins, 1 draw and 3 defeats. 15 scored, only 8 conceded. The league's most disciplined defense. 5 clean sheets carved out of sheer organization and trust. These are the two sides, identical records, but worlds apart in philosophy. Siang play with fire and SUBANSIRI build with patience. Under these lights in Upia, one will burn brighter and the other will fade away. Second qualifier, minutes away from kickoff. One team built on discipline, defined by heart, have been the league's quiet revolution, while the other, it's redemption or nothing for them. The Warriors return under the lights, still believing that their story has one final twist. So welcome you all then to this unmistakably performative space that is the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium, as Siang Warriors FC and SUBANSIRI United, they meet in the INL second qualifier. They've been inseparably close in the recent past, when a single goal has been enough to separate them. And that is sport. When sometimes you are Alison Kosentu and sometimes you are Malamute, when sometimes you are Meban and sometimes you are Jerry Palante, and sometimes what makes you other, not the one, is too small for the eye to see. But on some nights it has to be made obvious, and football will find a way to make it a bit obvious, especially when there is nowhere to hide, like tonight when they clash again for a place in the final. The team in Fleming or in SUBANSIRI, operating from the left to right of your screen. The rhythm begins. The Siang Warriors with Joseph Yopin, 4 goals, always at the heart of the storm. Sharp, instinctive, the man who finds space where none exists. And of course, you got to mention Meban as well, with his tireless running, his 3 goals carved out of sheer persistence. And also watch out for the number 7 Hanutari. And there you go, Alison Kosentu, a name that echoes across the valleys and the hills of the Northeast. A coach who has quietly shaped a generation, whose work speaks far louder than his words ever could. This is a free kick for SUBANSIRI. Will this cultivate into a goal? Will this be a flying start for the men in orange? Just a guide on. No problems whatsoever for Julison. Starting this crucial tie, replacing Riten Bodi tonight. They looked very sloppy against Capital Complex. It was a nervy evening for the young goalkeeper from Assam. SUBANSIRI, for them it's about precision and patience. Bill Tucker, their talisman, their heartbeat, was pressed against Iga. Spark believe when all seemed lost, and of course Kishan Singh, who changed the game in the second half. Behind them, the defenders, not just names but a wall. 5 clean sheets born of trust and timing. Siang, they flow forward with freedom. SUBANSIRI, they stand tall with discipline. One thrives in chaos, the other in control, and somewhere in between those two truths, a place in the final awaits. Got 2 minds as well. On the touchline, 2 methods, both steering at the same dream. For them, this isn't just about victory, it's about validation. Riten Singh will have a huge role to play in the absence of Yowa Takam. And there you go, Malam Mitei, the head coach of SUBANSIRI. Every league needs a story of belief, and Malam Mitei has been exactly that. A former midfielder known for his discipline and intelligence on the pitch has carried those very traits into his coaching journey. His transition from player to tactician wasn't just overnight. It was built on long evenings of study, observation, and relentless pursuit of improvement. Under Mitei, the youngsters have really flourished. Senior players have rediscovered purpose, and SUBANSIRI have emerged as one of the most balanced sides of this campaign. Calm under pressure, sharp in strategy. And he represents the new generation of Northeast coaches who are reshaping Indian football's grassroots narrative. Right from the Imphals playgrounds to the dugouts of the INL, Malam Mitei's rises prove that leadership, much like talent, can be homegrown. And these 2 sides are the heartbeat of Arunachal football. In a state where the game isn't just played but lived, 2 clubs have become its modern-day torchbearers. It's not easy playing out from the back at such a stage where there is so much of pressure. Still not giving away on their principles of the build-up game from the defense line. And that is what Alison Carson team is known for. There is Dorji Wanchu. He's played most of his career in Bangalore in the BDFA Super Division. Very lively down the right wing. Solid tackle. Tanki Namtari. They're not going to make things easy. But Dorji tonight. There you go. Malam Mitei. Instruction from him. From the dusty local grounds to packed arenas, these teams have become symbol of pride. The SUBANSIRI for their structure and youth first philosophy. The Siang Warriors for their fearless attacking spirit that mirrors the pulse of the Siang region. Oh, there's the free kick in a good area. Confident. Ball played forward for Meban. A direct play was out of fashion for a few years. Started to catch up. Even in the Premier League, you see teams taking up a direct approach, and Meban can be very dangerous from this kind of an area. We saw how he troubled Capital Complex in the last game. Picked up a loose ball, increased his pace and did the damage. Alison Carson-Tew, his contribution has been immense. The calm architect of Siang Warriors. A man who believes in rhythm, in building from the back, in football that breathes, and has been here before. He knows nights like this can define a season or a soul. Donju Wangchu. He's been busy in the first 8 minutes, trying to apply pressure on Kanki Namtari. Throw in taken. Good distance on it. And the whistle has gone from the referee. A foul committed. Went for the acrobatic, the high boot, making some genuine contact. That looked quite nasty from there. Wincing in pain. And both of them are down. And there you go. A man from Meghalaya. His early days at Shillong Lajong, nurturing raw talent into professionals. This was the attempt. Oof, that boot straight onto the face of Hanutari. The fans have turned up in numbers. Fuel for any sport. Just a couple of nights ago, SUBANSIRI, they fought for 120 grilling minutes. They're clawing back from 2 goals down before surviving the nerve-shedding lottery of penalties. Early booking as well for that high boot, which of course unintentional, no malice intended. As I was mentioning about their fight in the last game. Trying to return to the pitch with barely enough time to rest their legs, yet with hearts still burning from that cramp. Confirmation of the yellow card. Piltakat was booked for that high boot. The Siang Warriors, they arrive fresher, having had 3 full days to regroup, reset and rethink after their narrow defeat in the first qualifier. So the question lingers in the chilly UPA air. Will SUBANSIRI's momentum outweigh their fatigue? Or will Siang's freshness and preparation prove decisive? It's endurance versus energy, emotion versus control, and only one will find a way to the final. Another strong punch from the goalkeeper, Julison. A couple of times has been called into action in the first 10 minutes. This is Neymar. Throw in given. I had a word with Alex and he did mention it will take time for these players to cope up with a system. It's not possible in the very first season. From his early days at Lajong, he nurtured raw local talents into professionals too. guiding young players who would go on to represent the club and country. Allison has been more than a coach, he's been a bridge between passion and opportunity. And with Lajong, he built an identity. Football with courage, culture and care. He showed that talent from the Northeast could play, compete and belong on the biggest stages. And now with Siang Warriors, his mission continues. But the method remains the same. Calmness, clarity and complete faith with the local heartbeat. SUBANSIRI having plenty of the ball in the first quarter, 62% possession. Kontolu skips past one, still Kontolu. One way than the other. Kontolu's ball in at the near post. And it's in. Jerry Palante going through for the striker. The former Meloka FC man on the score sheet. In this big clash. The dynamic duo of Kontolu and Jerry Palante combines once more to give SUBANSIRI the lead. The second qualifier is up and running with that goal. Unmarked, unchallenged at the 6-yard box. Look at there's that lovely body feint to buy that yard. Hinge perfect ball in from Kontolu. The man who masterminded the victory in the last game. He produced that pass from Milo Tariq which resulted into the equalizer against FC Niga. Delivers once more. He never fails to live up to the promise, Kontolu. Jerry Palante does what he does best. He just cushions the ball into the back of the net. Early lead for SUBANSIRI. Ilthakar. He takes over from the left. Jerry Palante. He made his debut for Meroka FC on 27th of October 2018 against East Bengal. A 0-2 defeat. Impressing his head coach Malam Mite, who used to be a player that time. This was the hit from Sushil, who tried his luck from distance. Touched behind by the goalkeeper. Quickly off the blocks, SUBANSIRI. Chris passing, gets the shot away. Tried to measure it. Keeper well off his mark, Milo Tariq. Good try. That was with the lower SUBANSIRI in the Taporijo State League. Scored a decisive goal in the last game. In the first eliminator against FC Niga. Now let's see how Allison's team reacts. He's always calm under pressure, sharp in strategy. And he represents the new generation of Northeast coaches who are reshaping Indian football. But the teams have done far more than winning games. They've built bridges across the districts, united communities, and given young players a reason to dream closer to home. Minatani will see him drift out wide time and again. And while Dorji Wangchu, he tucks in field, those two will switch and swap over the course of these 90 minutes. It's a very fluid front line from SUBANSIRI. Difficult to predict which player moves in which direction. Dorji once more. Loves cutting in. The shot is blocked. dictating the terms at the moment. Joseph Yerpen. What a breakneck beginning for SUBANSIRI. The ball takes a deflection. A clearance not very convincing. Now coming back the other way. Siang Warriors. Joseph Yerpen. Both sides joint top scorer alongside Meban with 4 goals. Another 18 years old, played in Narikoyu state tournament for Shiomi DFA. District leagues indeed are very, very crucial. Just the backbone of any state's footballing structure. Back with Joseph. He shifts out wide. Patient build up from Siang Warriors. They took the lead against CCFC in the last game. But failed to hold on to it. The ball is deflected towards the far post. And just behind the blue shirt. A pickled corner. A man appears from behind. Kept in play. Joseph doesn't get to it. Good defensive work from SUBANSIRI. Now chance to launch a counter. They're making players available. They are stretching the field of play, allowing a quick attack as soon as possible. There you can see Dorji Ranchu cuts it back. They miscues it completely, the goal scorer Jerry Palante. Teasing and tormenting Siang Warriors. One of precision, and that was Meban. Cynical challenge, should be a card for the senior man Preetham. No questions on that. Meban goes so quick. For a deft touch, silky skills. Exceptional first touch, look at that. And it pokes it past Preetham. It pulls him down. Free kick for Siang Warriors. London Moya. It's a deep delivery. Problems for the keeper. No distance on the clearance. Still hovering around on the edge of the penalty area. Neymar. There's a confirmation of the yellow card for Preetham. We've had a couple of yellow card incidents in the first 20 minutes. And after all those initial outbursts from SUBANSIRI, now Siang Warriors are trying to get into the groove. Trying to get their acts together. Preetham is walking on a tightrope, already on a yellow card. Militari. The ability to keep possession of the ball. He's got that national flair of releasing the ball in time. He's got the elite awareness of finding gaps inside the opposition's defense. This game gonna be all about winning the second ball. in the last game as well. In the second half, the way SUBANSIRI started winning those second balls, will come back to that. Meanwhile, incisive, quick passing from SUBANSIRI. That looked so sharp. Continues to unleash those furious assaults. Young defense. They held tight somehow. That's poor. Asking for trouble. Kontolu runs into a blue shirt. Now Meban. He keeps hold of the ball. Looking for players in support. Joseph loses out. Good play overall. Jerry Pilamte got to pick out Dorji. Has been obliged with that pass. Sushil. Rojuranchu. What can he create from there? Only manages a corner. From the moment the season began, the response has been nothing short of extraordinary. In every corner of Arunachal football has found its voice again. In the chants, the colours painted across faces. The stadium has been alive, not just with noises but with emotion. You can listen to those noises at the backdrop. Even on weekdays, the crowds have poured in. The families, children, the old and the young, all have drawn by this festival of football. But no firecrackers from this corner. INL has rekindled the local pride. Every pass and every goal, it feels so personal. The league has gone beyond competition. It has become celebration, a reminder that in Arunachal football isn't just played, it's lived. Six shots taken, 2 of them on target. Complete dominance from SUBANSIRI, yet to grow into the game. Siang Warriors is dancing to the tunes of their opposition tonight. You've seen the trend. Alison Parsentu's coaching, usually teams managed by him. The future better in the second half. This game is surely not over yet, and Preetham Singh is furious. He was demanding for a corner. The referee awards a goal kick. You've got to avoid that. He's already on a yellow card, the senior most player of this SUBANSIRI setup. Important to keep his composure. Already without Yuva Takam, and this crucial tie for suspension. You certainly don't want your senior player to leave the field of play. And so far, SUBANSIRI just too strong for Siang Warriors. Somewhere in the stands tonight, the eyes of Capital Complex FC will surely be fixed on this. Studying, observing, perhaps even imagining the final. Having already sealed the place, it's laid back for a shot. Sushil has other ideas. Oh, there's that header. Ill-directed. No connection. Siang Warriors are living life on the edge. And keeper Bharat, he'll watch closely to see who emerges from this battle. To meet them under the brightest lights of the INL final. INL has become far more than a competition. It's a revolution quietly reshaping the state's footballing landscape. From the valleys of Siang to the highlands of Tawang, INL has given local players a platform, a voice, and a dream to chase. Crowds are larger, the chants louder, and belief stronger. Joseph Yorpin has been given the license to attack. Also got to fall back to help out in defense and plug those gaps, probably form that numerical advantage. The moment they get to the ball, SUBANSIRI, they make players available around the ball, have the numerical superiority to win the second ball. And that is one area Siang Warriors look slightly passive in approaching the second play. That's something which Alison Kasintu must have addressed. Kontolu sending in a curler. Touched away and out of the harm's way. Quiet. The first sight of a communication gap. Sushil Mitay has been industrious in midfield. SUBANSIRI are bossing the first half an hour. Kontolu. They really stepped onto the gas. Eager to extend the lead. That's beautiful. They're finding each other pretty well in and around the penalty area. They're running rings around Siang Warriors at the moment. Who are struggling. They are everywhere. The men in orange. Breakaway move not allowed. Young Warriors, they managed a free kick. And these youngsters, the likes of Kankinam, Karug Tayat, once who watched from the sidelines, they now dare to imagine themselves under these lights. Clubs are nurturing talent, communities are rallying behind their colours. And Arunachal's football heartbeat grows louder with every passing season. And the INL isn't just benefiting football here, it's defining what football means to Arunachal. More than state leagues, these are local rivalries and regional pride. They are the lifeblood of Indian football's future, the very pipeline through which tomorrow's stars emerge. From Kerala to Kashmir, from northeast to the coastlines of Goa, every league adds another heartbeat to the nation's game. We've already seen stories like Kamaluddin, who's rose from the Super League Kerala to earn a place in the India's under-23 squad. And that's the promise leagues like INL hold. That from these grounds, from these nights under the lights, the next name on the national team sheet might just be born. And it was quite an ambitious stride. Quiet. That was too high. Half an hour's play gone. Siang Warriors FC 0. SUBANSIRI United FC 1. Cherry Pilamte's goal separating them. Alutari was the point of difference when these two teams met on the 25th of October. Looking for revenge here. But what a stage. A couple of hits from distance. At least something to show for. They are quite comfortable with this approach, SUBANSIRI. Not trying to do anything extravagant. Just inviting Siang Warriors to go for the pressing ball. That will gradually increase the gaps in midfield. And if you go all out for that ball, that will eventually create gaps in behind the defense line. Conserving energy, Siang Warriors, just not falling into the trap, allowing SUBANSIRI to have the ball in their half. This is where they'll apply the press. He's got that pace. Oh, for another ball in. Good chance, Milotaring this time. Putting it wide. Dorchi Wangchu has been very active in the live wire for SUBANSIRI. It's got lightning pace. Ball is stolen. There is Sushil! Left as the woodwork! Oh, what a hit! Skipping past the challenges and then unleashes a pile driver. It just rattles the crossbar. There you go. Holding off 3 blue shirts. Hits the top of the post. Really has no answers to Malamitei's aggressive play. And those posters in midfield, Sushil, Amarjit and Milotaring. 3 of them are on song. Together stitching the pathways to find the goal. And another easy ball in. Time and again Milotaring is making those entries inside the penalty area. They rely on aerial crosses, SUBANSIRI. They've got decent height inside the box rather than quality cutbacks. They overload the box very quickly and occupy the half spaces. Very quick on the defensive transition as well. It looks like a well-oiled machine. Montolu had a brilliant second half against Niga. Tonight SUBANSIRI are outstanding right from the start. There you go. Laldan Moya. Meban. He goes down. Asking for a foul. The referee not interested. Karabakambu looks away. Roji Wangchu has been put off by that tackle. Meban. He likes to drop back and help in the build-up. He really links up well with his teammates. beyond the colours and beyond the crests. There's fucking subplot playing out tonight. A tale that stretches beyond Arunachal's borders. Alison Castle-Tew, the man from Meghalaya, has brought with him a few of his trusted warriors from the hills. Players molded in Shillong's rhythm and resilience. Marlon Mitay on the other side, the proud son of Manipur. He has sprinkled his side with the flair and discipline his state is famed for. And so beneath the Siang versus Subansiri contest lies another, Meghalaya versus Manipur. Two footballing heartlands quietly measuring themselves to the boots of those who carry their spirit. It's not just a match of clubs, it's a meeting of cultures, of schools and of philosophies. Subansiri fans are vociferous. Could be heard all the way. The young fans are feeling the pressure. Toji Wangchu. That's cut out nicely. Ladan Moya. Jesty ball. That's given away. Kind of frustration from Ladan Moya. Kunjubori. Out wide for Arunachal, who rolls it down the line looking for Jesty ball. Plays strongly at Tania Raji. Clearance from the number 22, who was with the Rainbow Athletic Club in the Calcutta Football League. 21-year-old fullback. Played for Delhi FC, played in the Himachal League for Himachal FC as well. And was with the Punjab FC under 18 side. Toji Wangchu. Lovely release. Jerry Pilamte. The former Sale Academy graduate from Haflong, Assam. And he stripped a memorable night for his fans. Regulation time of 5 minutes left in the first half. Corner for Subansiri. Winners to play Capital Complex in the final. Amarjeet. Second corner of the game. Amarjeet's delivery, the header. Collection from Julison. And he launches it long. Initial fight for the loose ball. A little bit of chaos as well. Siang Warriors defense, they would close down on one side. Got to stop those runs from Toji Wangchu. He's doing all the damage from the right hand side in the first half. And the way he combines with Kong Tolu is absolutely delectable. Kong Tolu. Falls outside. Relying on quick counters from the wide areas and down the middle. Siang Warriors, here they come. Joseph into the gap for Mayban. Mayban tells one dummy. Then Mayban. Joseph stepping in. Joseph lets fly. Not the right idea. Kankidam. On Neymar. Passing a bit too much of the youngster. He's got a couple of goals to number 2. Number 9. He scored a brace in the opening game against Kurung FC. The 7th of October. Since then, going through a barren run. Inconsistent as well as far as his place in the starting 11. He's starting in place of Denzel Karshandi tonight, who failed to impress in the last game against Capital Complex. It's Mayban. It's a one-on-one. Mayban almost took on Tagrud Tajul. He's claiming the last touch came off the youngster. Positive signs from Siang Warriors. Mayban has been the bright spot of this half. Young Warriors. Neymar Pajum. Lovely release. It's clearly on. Jerry using his upper body strength. And he was fouled, used his hands. Sonjubori. Too hot to handle the number 9 tonight. Free kick for Subansiri. 3 minutes added on. Can they find another before the break? That will settle quite a few nerves. Amarjit. Again that near post delivery. This time it's been defended well. Similar plan not working this time around. Jerry is limping. He's down immediately. His right knee heavily strapped. Looks like problems on his left knee this time. He might have come off a treatment table to get involved in this game. That doesn't look 100%. That is bound to happen. Played around 100 minutes in the last game. Not in the day. Dishing out instructions. Subansiri surely would want to head into the break with this kill line. The discussions Nice and costume. Was preparing his halftime team talk. Conversation with his assistant coach. A very senior manager, the Northeast Belt. Neymar. This is Joseph. There is space there. Bill Tucker. Is that a handball? Bill Otari. Free kick has been given to SUBANSIRI. Set piece from a very good area. A very scoring area rather. Tania Raji and Amarjeet. Both of them are discussing. This stepped up. Looks interested. Both of them like conspirators planning a heist. Tanya Raji, regulation catch for Julison. Had a very tough evening so far. That's too long for Mayban to chase. Very clean in their defensive approach, SUBANSIRI. No single scoring opportunity yet for Siang Warriors. So disciplined SUBANSIRI. They conceded least number of goals in the league, just 8. 5 clean sheets to their name. Ball delivered at the near post corner for Siang Warriors. Ball in the decent area. Good goalkeeping. Chupa Singkong watched the ball till the last minute. And there you go, Karvakambu. Signals for half time. SUBANSIRI. They head into the break with the scoreline. Jerry Pilante's goal, 12th minute mark separating the two teams. Half completely dominated by the men in orange. Siang Warriors they head towards the dressing room disappointed. Need a massive improvement in their gameplay to turn this game around in the second half. So at half time, it's Siang Warriors FC 0, SUBANSIRI United FC 1. We'll join you with the second half's action. Until then, stay tuned, stay connected.
PCH, a hell of a ride. They don't wanna see us make it, they just wanna divide. 2017, Bonnie and Clyde.
Welcome back. You are watching the INL 25-26. Is the second qualifier between Siang Warriors FC and SUBANSIRI United FC. The winners of this game will face Capital Complex FC in the final of the INL 25-26 on 8th of November. At the break, it's SUBANSIRI who are in the lead, courtesy Jerry Pilamte's goal. Now we are getting ready for the second half's action. The floodlights shimmer over the Golden Jubilee Stadium as the teams return. The crowd buzzing with that anxious thump that only football can summon. It's been a first half of intent and incision of moments missed and nerves held. But the story is far from written. Siang Warriors got to get into their act. SUBANSIRI looked fresher, sharper. They've shown that familiar grit, the same defiance that carried them through 120 draining minutes just a couple of nights ago. And now as they gather for the restart, both coaches' words still hang heavy in the air. Allison will urge composure. Marlin calling for courage. Straight away, those two change. Lenton is brought on by Allison Carson-Tube. And number 17, Denzel Karshandi is on as well. Senior man. Two much needed altercations from Allison Carson-Tube. The wind here drifts so softly across Upia. The chance to rise once more. And the ball waits on the center spot like a promise. Look at the enthusiasm among the fans. "45 minutes, maybe more, to decide who takes the next step towards glory." Second half beckons. And with it, the fine line between heartbreak and history. And off we go then. 45 defining minutes for Siang Warriors FC. 45 minutes that would eventually decide their campaign. And 45 minutes for SUBANSIRI to hold on to this lead or probably try and extend it. Started the second half exactly from where they ended the first. Attacking intent straight away from Milotari. There is Sushil, Amarjit. Attempted cross is blocked. There's that tussle for the second ball yet again. Excellent recovery. And this has been the difference between the two teams. The ability to win the loose balls. Stops us and starts once more. Piltakar spelling a couple of Amistania Raji's ball. Easily dealt with. Piltakar. Wrong foot. And his marker. And yet again, the attempted shot is blocked. Sonju Bori gets a foot in. And the ball eventually loops up in the air. Tucker received meritorious award for excellence at the Rajiv Gandhi University. Played for his college team as well. 25 years old. Scored a couple of goals this season already. Came against FC Niga in the group game. It's Mayban. Ran out of space. Goal kick signaled. Has the referee given a corner? Looks like he has given a corner. Kalbakambu. The first corner of the game for Siang Warriors. The second rather. Denzil Khashandi. Oh, too much height and distance. A difficult one to control for Kankidam Tari. We talk about all the state leagues across the country. Arunachal Pradesh aren't too far behind. One of the developing states of India. And while it may not be a mainstream hub for sports, athletes from the state are making waves in various competitions across the country. The state has produced several athletes who have represented the country in various national and international events, particularly in martial arts and football. The sports industry in the region has immense potential. With the right support and infrastructure, it can flourish and become a significant contributor to the state's economy. The football is the most popular and beloved sport in Arunachal Pradesh. Many talented players have emerged from here and went on to represent Indian clubs in various competitions. We have Kaimar Nikum playing for Mumbai City FC in the ISL. Bayong playing for Rajasthan in the I-League. A former Tata Football Academy graduate who was with Jamshedpur FC previously. Recently, the martial arts have also gained recognition in the state. And they have teams, the karate team, wushu team and MMA team, etc. have performed well and brought accolades both at the national and international platforms. And apart from football and martial arts, other sports have also gained popularity in Arunachal Pradesh, such as badminton, weightlifting and outdoor sports such as the mountaineering as well. By the vast pool of potential, the development of infrastructure and sporting facilities in the state have only begun in recent years. Trying to claw their way back. The rub of the green not going Siang Warriors' way. Peel Tucker in a lot of agony. Looks like it's his shin. Sushil having a word with his midfield partner. Raji and Antolu, two attack-minded fullbacks. Lux bombing down the pitch. Tanya Raji from the left, Kontolu from the right. Both of them been encouraged to invert alongside Sushil Mitay, the single pivot in front of the back four. Show you the last incident. It was shrugged off. Just a slight shoulder barge from Kontolu to Hanutari. Went off balance. Dug root at him. Centre back who scored a winning goal this season for Subansiri in the group game. It was against United Kurung FC. The side who finished 8th in the league stage, secured just 9 points from 9 games, 3 wins and 6 defeats. The Siang Warriors FC were the second best side in the league stage. They finished with 19 points from 9 games with 6 wins, a draw and a couple of defeats. Subansiri finished 3rd, 3 points behind them with 16 points. They shared almost 19 goals between them in the league stage. And now shaping up for a shot, Jerry Pilamte. Is quite frequently trying to test the keeper. Julison kept on his toes. No freebies so far from the Subansiri defense. They looked rock solid. Closing down the gaps. Squeezing every inch of space around the center circle. Dorji Wangchu switching wings, this time from the left. Backs onto his right foot. The hit is low and hard. Might break here for an orange shirt. Tanya Raji, Sushil, fine close control. Sushil, one dummy. Sushil keeps going. Sushil's ball in. Dorji is interested. Dorji laid back towards Amarjeet. Coaching that gap, finds it towards Sushil Mittal, and he scores! Spectacular strike! Out of nowhere! What a difficult angle! That was outrageous! From the midfielder. And Subansiri, they doubled their lead. What a wonderful finish from the captain. Look at that, Amarjeet with that pass, and Sushil. Class personified. Rising left footer. Impeccable placement. And goalkeeper shell-shocked Julison had no answers. Siang Warriors defense caught ball watching. Subansiri deservingly are in a 2-0 lead. Sherry Palamte leading the line excellently, keeping both the centre backs very busy, just drawing them out of their positions. Dorji Wangchu done well to win a free kick from 20 yards out. Marlon Matei's Subansiri are on a high. There's a range in his wall. Testing time yet again. Julison. Sushil Mateo! So close! That was curling in. Denied by the crossbar. Incredible. SUBANSIRI's midfield maestro. What a free kick. It's been the heartbeat of this team. Backbone of the SUBANSIRI side. That's a certain balance between defense and attack. Using his wealth of experience also helps the side during the build-up by forming the third centre back. Spread across the country everywhere. He's the experience of rubbing shoulders alongside some of the big names of the country, even foreigners for that matter. Preetham Singh clearly unhappy with that decision. Corner given to Siang Warriors. Krashani. In swinger, keepers missed it. And they find one back. And now they rush out. And they pour forward. Arunachal nicks it. Joseph. Running into space, Joseph. The good-looking ball. Now the corner. This is much better from Siang Warriors. Hours play gone. Siang Warriors 0, SUBANSIRI 2. Jerry Pilante and Sushil Mate are the goal scorers. Impressive. From the corner, Denzel. Force from Siang Warriors. They won only one in the first half, 3 in the second, none so far for SUBANSIRI in this half. Slightly cranking up the pressure. Lenton. That should be seen away. Piltakar. Pressure is still on. And Kinam, a young fullback. A good distance on the throw in. Lenton trying to get on the end of that. Preetham Singh's clearance. Takes no risk whatsoever. Shots of handball. Play continues. Counter move. SUBANSIRI. Great vision to find Piltakar. And the low drive takes a deflection. Still having a vice-like grip, SUBANSIRI. It's very much within their control. Amarjit. Things could open up here. Maiban. They fall back on time. Exceptional defending. So quick on the defensive transition. They get the organization in place in a blink of an eye. Doesn't overcome it. And even the two midfielders providing sufficient cover. When the fullbacks, they bomb forward and are out of position. You see Kushil and Amarjit, they occupy those spaces. 18 shots on target. None so far from Siang Warriors. SUBANSIRI are still calling shots. Looking to turn the screw. Great support for SUBANSIRI on that side of the stadium. Totally packed. Denzel up against Tania Raji. Double covering. Pritam Singh helps out. The young fullback. They're just firing on all cylinders. Siang Warriors desperate to find one goal back. The header. Keeper was alert. Jupa Sinkam. Denzel Kashandi saw the gap. Trying to beat Jupa at his front post. He was ever ready, the goalkeeper. Pritam Singh. Might need treatment. Will the stretcher be on? Already without the trusted centre back in Yuva Takam. Malik Mitay would certainly want Pritam to continue. Pillar of strength in the absence of Yuva. Physio signals for a change. Not a single seat empty. Sell-out crowd. We expect double the number for the final. Just in 3 days' time. Just mark the date on your calendar. 8th of November 2025. Capital Complex are likely to face SUBANSIRI United FC in the final. Even though 24 minutes of regulation time left in this game. It's now or never for Siang Warriors. Alison Carson-Q's side in a do-or-die situation. They need divine intervention from here to pull off a miracle. Malik Mitay will make some changes now. And one of them surely going to be in defense. Pritam. He plays out. You might see Manjeet Sharma come on. Manjeet Sharma, another player who was under Marlin in Niroka. Number 21, Yomzem Yeker also comes on, young striker. Did well from Malam in the I-League 3rd Division at Klasa. Malam, they of course helped the side secure promotion to the I-League 2nd Division last year by the virtue of winning the I-League 3. The club from Manipur fought alongside heavyweights like Trau and Niroka. The Manipur State League as well. They're knocking on the door. Starting next week. The Super League Kerala is also on. So as the Goa Pro League. Non-stop football. Lenton brought on in the second half. Nothing went Allison's way. Tactically outclassed by Malam. Ladan Moya. For the game we were discussing, the SUBANSIRI side, they fought 120 minutes in the last game. Would fatigue be a factor? The way they played looked like they thrown that question out of the window. Testament to their fitness and stamina. They won 3-1 in the penalty shootout against Niga. Noor Alam pulling off a couple of saves. And all the 3 changes made by Malam in that game in the second half worked really well for them, including the one of Kishan, whose inclusion completely turned the table. Youngster Yomzen kept in play. Nice step over, good dash, hangs it up towards the far post. But the first touch slightly below par from Dorji Sewang. Coming away with the ball, Siang Warriors. What can they make of this? Mayban, and he scores! It's not done yet. The Siang Warriors FC 1, SUBANSIRI United 2. Goal of the competition for Mayban. Young striker lighting up the stage. Look at that finish. Kept the defense second guessing. Nice drop of the shoulder. Checks inside. Gets the shot away. Into the second post. The ball eventually dipped and lands inside the back of the net. A classy goal from a classy striker. Game on here at the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium. Youngster at the other end. Not getting enough of the ball. Mayban once more, giving it his all. He's a lone warrior. Scored against Capital Complexes as well in the first quarter. Very special player. So young. One for the future. comes in. That's a foul. That was the 9th goal conceded by SUBANSIRI. Goals in consecutive games. Tanya Raji bombing in. SUBANSIRI looking to steal this, but now Siang Warriors. He can turn on the afterbird. Joseph. And still Joseph. Lovely coverage. He was galloping it. All in the day barking out instructions. Just organizing his defense. And all of a sudden, this game is back to life. And Siang Warrior supporters are getting behind their team. We saw a dramatic comeback in the first eliminator between SUBANSIRI and Niga. SUBANSIRI scored the equalizer on the 94th minute mark via Milo Taring. Will it be something similar tonight? Oh, that's what you call commitment. Went with his head. Arunachal. Right after Preetham Singh leaving the field of play, SUBANSIRI, they concedes. The experience of Preetham could have been very handy in the remaining minutes, given that he's played in the top tier of Indian football, currently at the twilight of his career. The last quarter remains. Which way this game gonna go? "3,000 spectators turned up. Refreshing to see so many fans cheering their side. And most of them are supporting the orange of SUBANSIRI. And there you go, the master stroke from Malim. Jerry Pilante has put in a great shift, number 9. And Kishan comes on. Well, let's see how the Siang defense deals with Kishan. Mehban. This could open up Mehban. So close. He went at the near post this time. Opened up his body. Couldn't keep it on target. Bring the thorn in the flesh. Gets to life. At the moment he receives the ball, and then around the penalty area, another yellow card. Looks like it's for Malim Mate. Issued a yellow card in the last game as well. Will he be eligible to stay in the touchline for the final if his team qualifies? Is the question now. Combination Malimite booked. Early ball in. Arunachal heads it out to safety. Yomzen not managing to hold on. Tenzil Khashandi draws a foul, free kick for Siang Warriors. Looking to end the 90 minutes on a high. Siang Warriors just to 1 goal away from levelling things here. Swung in by Denzel. It's up in the air. Terrible punch from the keeper, and it slipped in. Would you believe it? Terrible defending from SUBANSIRI. Siang Warriors, they restore parity. It's 2-2. Another dramatic ending to this game. The last touch looks like it's from Lenton, the super sub. Terrible goalkeeping from Tupas Income. It was a weak punch away and poked goalwards with number 22. There you go, up in the air, crowd of players. Lack of distance on the punch, and then Lenton pokes it in, squeezing it into the back of the net. SUBANSIRI are on the receiving end tonight. Similar scenario from the first eliminator, just that they were the side who made the comeback after being down by a couple of goals, but this time they gave away a couple of goals lead. Also concedes in double digits as well. That was the 10th goal conceded by them. Siang Warriors scores their 19th goal of the competition. Into the last 10 minutes. Changes tonight. Working well for Alison Carson-Tew. Marim is on the opposite end of that spectrum this evening. A good looking free kick. He shrugs off Mayban. SUBANSIRI defense left behind, got to look towards his left. Makes the wrong choice. Holds on to the ball for too long. They still have it, Ronash Pai. Denzel Khashandi. Attack is on from Siang Warriors. Lenton. Who would have thought the game would change this way? Oh, another hit. To line that one up, Lalan Moya. Jomsen. Sushil. One touch too many for the number 8. Alison Carson-Tew didn't panic, just waited for the right moment, realizing at some point the SUBANSIRI side will tire up. Fatigue eventually will creep in. And just capitalized onto those situations. He will have to refurbish his game plan. Malamite. Allison crossing to the happy man at this point. Calm and collected. He's navigated the challenging terrains of Indian football before. Saw his methods frustratingly falter in the second half against Capital Complex. Everything on level terms now. Another thriller. Just like the first eliminator. Another late comeback. From a side down by a couple of goals. At some point, it felt like SUBANSIRI will eventually run away with the game. Siang Warriors really had other ideas. And that's the beauty of the sport. It always stands in the brink of uncertainty. It's never over till it's over. Sushil. From the right channel, SUBANSIRI. Dorji Wangchu, he deserves a goal for all his hard work. Tanya Raji is stretching. Meanwhile, is Dorji Wangchu pushed away by the keeper, not too far. And that's blazed over the top. Perfect attack. Kishan Singh. Good phase of play from SUBANSIRI. There you go. On the turn, brilliant goalkeeping. Julison. Touched on towards Maiban. Always ready to get in behind. That's his USP. Kishan Singh from the right wing. Holding up play. That's clearly offside. I wonder whether both the teams now would decide to shut shop and just manage the game and take it to the extra time, or whether they'll keep attacking is the question. Psychologically, SUBANSIRI will be slightly on the back foot. Kishan Singh, this man added a lot of fire from the right wing, which looked completely blunt at one point. Free kick won in a great area. Anurag Diali coming on for Siang Warriors. Laldan Moya will be replaced. Anurag Diali replacing his captain. Sushil Mitei had a brilliant game. I saw the best version of him. Sushil, clever for Dorji. Away by the Siang defense, and now they can hit SUBANSIRI on the counter. Neban went flying. How vital was that injury to Pritam Singh? It completely changed the complexion. Malik now without both his trusted centre backs, Yuva Takam and Pritam Singh. Koji leading the press, and he spots that run. Kishan overplays it. Yomzen. Eaten up into possession, Siang Warriors, with that exceptional fight. The last 20 minutes of this game belong to them. Will there be a last minute winner? Anurag Diali had 0 shots on target in the first half, 4 in the second half. A much better display in this half from Siang Warriors, even though bulk of the chances were created by SUBANSIRI. Five minutes added on.
There will be minimum 5 minutes of overtime.
The teams, I wonder whether they'll look to take the game deep into extra time. Manjeet Sharma. Manjeet's throw in. Whistle. It seems like it's a foul throw. Kadungtai. Kankinam. Anurag. Kishan. Yes, Kishan with that lung bursting run. Anurag Diali just slowing things down. Hanutari. I haven't seen much of him in this game. Attack developing for Siang Warriors. Once more, a tenacious Kishan takes the ball away. Sushil. Past ka couple. Away from the third. Was the fourth as well. Sushil with that dink towards the back post. Sent back into the box. The standout performer of this game, Sushil Mithai. Arunachal. Move developing for SUBANSIRI. They are building up from this far side. Kishan Singh, one of Malam's trusted weapon. Two more minutes left. Wangshu, Tanya Raji. Tanya Raji tried to stay on his feet in all fairness. Goal kick signaled. Malam will be disappointed with this result. Anurag. The last bit of this 90 minutes. We are staring at another extra time to settle this tie. If not, we move on to the penalty shootout. Might be one last chance within this time frame. Manjit Sharma will take a long throw. Last minute winner, is it waiting on the cards? Manjit Sharma takes it. Clearance not that great. That volley was completely scuffed, and there you go, the full-time whistle. This tie unsettled
Ladies and gentlemen, the match is tied at 2
and is heading into extra time, the second extra time of the season. We've witnessed one already in the first eliminator between SUBANSIRI and FC Niga. 15 minutes halves each. To pick one side that would face Capital Complex in the final. Stay with us. We'll join you very soon. These are the goals. It all began with Jerry Pilante's header in the first half within 12 minutes, and then Sushil Nitai extending the lead, giving them the insurance goal. But that joy was short-lived. Mayban pulling one back with a spectacular strike. And then a mistake from Jupa Sinkam and had to pay the price. Lenton got onto the score sheet. It's toss time. The captains Amarjit and Denzel Karshandi. 90 minutes have come and gone, and yet this story refuses to end. Two sides locked in battle, trading blows, matching heart with heart, sweat with sweat. It's 2-2 and still neither will yield. The night has tested their legs. Now it will test their shoals. The crowd leans forward knowing this is no longer just a game. It's a question of courage, of will, of belief. And somewhere out there waits a hero, perhaps unaware that his moment is about to arrive. And 30 more minutes to write a name into the memory of this match. 30 more minutes to turn exhaustion into externity. Has been gripping, relentless and utterly breathless. The 90 minutes have come and gone and still the scales refuse to tip. Now begins the long road to glory. Extra time where dreams survive on courage alone. The whistle blows and extra time begins. For some, it's survival. For others, destiny. On the attack straight away, Subansiri, Kishan Singh. Tried to knock it past Kankiram. Clearance is weak, Sushil. What was that, really? And from blue shirt, playing it all the way behind. Even the risk of that being a corner. Karun Thair. We saw those tactical boards out during the stoppage. Both the head coaches just had to shuffle their game plan. Just remind the players of their duties. Both eventually had to reset, rebuild and regroup. Manjit Sharma is trying to draw some attention with his long throws. I'll leave it for a corner. Corner for Subansiri. Sushil once more. Near post ball. Shouts a fan goal. Great save. Good reaction save from the keeper. Silver reflexes. Danger still not averted though. Takes a head back. This time it's a goal kick. It was a stunning save though. Julison denies Kishan. That could have gone in. Joseph Kyopin. Kankinam. Very measured now, Siang Warriors. Not overcommitting. Relying mostly on zonal marking. Meiban is electric. The ball just glued to his feet. That was the hit from Kishan. An outstanding save from the goalkeeper. Kankinam takes it. Denzel. On the ball, surrounded by orange shirts. Roju Wangchu. Kishan will continue to attack. Kishan's cross. Positioned well. Karun tired. Out for a corner. There he is in the thick of action. SUBANSIRI fans are really pumped up. Yet on the corner, Sushil. Trying to unnerve the keeper. Kishan fighting the aerial ball. Easily seen away. A single fan left the stadium. The lights, the mountains, and the presence of the spectators makes this venue so intimate. Advancing the potential of the sporting talent. Really, the government of Arunachal Pradesh and the various sports organizations have also engaged in the strategic marketing and branding campaign to raise the state's profile in the sporting arena. Milotari dispossessed. Dorji. No room for the cross. In it comes from the left hand side. Smart defending. They play out from the tight area. And now Meiban. Hot to handle, Meiban. Away from the first man. Looking for Joseph. First touch really exceptional. He seldom broke sweat with the ball at his feet. A teenager from Meghalaya. Scored 5 goals in the INL at the ripe age of 18. Coming of age, the striker. was fouled clearly. Ronash Paith. A few of the SUBANSIRI players still having the energy to last for another 120 minutes. 240 minutes of football in a span of 3 days really speaks volumes of their fitness, of their work rate, stamina, and their willingness to bring smiles into the face of their supporters. Anurag Diali. Joseph. Sonju. Good defending from Tania. Only a throw in. Those defensive frailties causing them, hurting them in a bad way in the knockout stage. Looked so disciplined throughout the tournament. In the second half of extra time, you might see Malim Matei opt for that change again. You might see him bringing on Noor Alam, the goalkeeper from West Bengal, the former East Bengal player as well. Joseph put on some exceptional work rate. Multi-dimensional player. Also plays as a centre back, performing his duty in midfield. A first name in the team sheet kind of a player, and every coach would certainly want to have a player of his caliber in the lineup. Offers so much of variety and option to a head coach. Anurag Diali. Jomsen. Kishwin. Every time he's making those runs, you can see they overload that side. Siang Warriors. It creates that 2v1 situation. Manjeet Sharma with that similar game plan. This time the throw is flat. Could be furious. Could be a frightening result. Just needed a touch at the back post. Oh. Well. Looks like this is the referee signaled a foul. Oof. There we go. Struggling to surpass the midfield of SUBANSIRI, the midfield of Sushila, Marjit and Milotari. Joseph not succeeding with those one-on-one battles. And Mayban has been flawless up front. He's won all the 50-50s tonight. Anurag Diali. Out ball. Tenzil Khashandi. Tried to find Hanu Tariq too early. Second qualifier. Finals 25-26 season. The closing moments of the first half of extra time. Yashan Singh. Can he produce a whirlwind? Johnson claiming for a corner. Gets it as well. The last chance of this half. Chance to change the scoreline for SUBANSIRI. No signs of tiredness among the fans. Still on top of their voice. Sushil's ball in unmarked. Hey, how does that gone in? Big question, and the referee signals a goal. Would you believe it? And finally it breaks. After all the toil, all the torment. SUBANSIRI. The net ripples again. A rejoice for the fans. Frustration for Julison. Just at the cusp of half-time. Unmarked, untroubled Pritam Singh writes his name into the night. A goal for the senior man. Minus 3-2 with another 15 to play. The stadium roars, the night belongs to him. A goal carved from belief, struck in the depths of extra time. And in this long and breathless contest, where courage meets destiny, Pritam Singh may just have delivered the moment of deliverance. End of the first half of extra time is Siang Warriors FC 2, SUBANSIRI FC 3. Another thriller awaits us. Another intriguing 15 awaits us. Beautiful setup. This is one of those moments where you balance drama and tension, as both fatigue and hope hang in the air. SUBANSIRI in the dying embers, finding that precious, priceless goal. And suddenly, everything looks different. Noor Alam is preparing to come on. For so long, this game was a tug of war. Heart against heart, dream against dream, but now the balance has shifted. The whistle goes and we pause only for a breath. 30 became 15 and now just 15 more minutes stand between SUBANSIRI and Siang Warriors for a place in history. But beware, football has a cruel habit of writing endings no one sees coming. The Siang Warriors must find it within themselves to rise once more. The body says no, the heart says try again. 15 minutes for glory or regret. Sushil Mithai and Jupa Singham will make room. Noor Alam comes on. Kishan gets the captain's armband from Sushil. Was their hero in the first eliminator during the penalty shootout. Safety first tactic from Malam in case Siang Warriors fight back, and the game will eventually go to the penalty shootout. Fought back beautifully. Just need to keep that fighting spirit. Can they equalize for the third time in this game? From this free kick, Denzel Khashandi. SUBANSIRI leading 3-2. Searching for the equalizer. This time gets things some distance on the punch. No elevation on that. There is a lot of space on the left hand side. Quickly closed down. Dorji Siwang. On the counter, SUBANSIRI. Good work there. 2 away from Anurag. Jomzen. Dorji. Tanya Raji on the overlap. He's got acres of space to exploit and puts in a decent cross. The ball has been retrieved by Siang Warriors. Anutari scored the winning goal in the first meeting. Subdued tonight. Pretty off color. The goalkeeper at present will be high in confidence. This is Tanya Raji. Pritham. Back up on his feet, good to see him. Kankinam takes a throw in. His Bobbing in the area towards the back post, spins away from that blue shirt. Action-packed. The crowd certainly have got their money's worth. Raining goals here. Suraj Guru will be brought on to calm things down by Allison.
Substitution for Siang Warriors team. Player number 44, Arunachal, replaced by player number 5, Suraj Guru.
The ball is floated inside the box. No damage done. Slightly better approach in this half. Siang Warriors desperate for that equalizer. Going all guns blazing. Space. 9 more minutes left. He can afford to take his time, Nur Alam. Just got to hold on for 8 more minutes. 8 minutes away from a place in the final of the INL 25-26. Arunachal lays it out from the back. Let him use the outside of his foot. Maiban not allowed to go past control. He stood his ground. Forgettable try. The stadium simply buzzing. A sea of orange. Such was the swell of the Orange Army. Old war horse Pritam Singh taking it short. Is he onside? The flag eventually went up. Joseph was involved heavily in terms of attack. Saw him perform defensive duties in the previous games. Doji wants to hit another. Waits for that run from Kishan. Kishan takes on Kankira. Kishan keeps going. Milutari. And Kishan Singh wide. Putting in a captain shift. Picking up the captain's armband from Sushil. Player of the match for me tonight. Running out of breath. Harutari. Defending in numbers, SUBANSIRI. And they're getting enough orange shirts back behind the ball. They stripped Harutari. Malim Mitei, anxious, animated, must be feeling the tension. Karun Tyre's ball. Is that a chance? And there you go! Another surprise! Third time they fight back. The Siang Warriors. This game is going nowhere. It's 3-3. What a night here in UPA. Defying the odds. Just when SUBANSIRI thought they had it in their grasp, Siang rise from the ashes. 3-3. Arun Tyre, long ball in. Is that second phase of play after the set piece?
Goal for Siang Warriors FC by player number 2.
They got that right. Nine bets of extra time. This is pure theatre. They simply refused to give it. Refused to believe the story was already written. From despair to delirium in a heartbeat, the young have clawed their way back from the edge. You can feel the disbelief, the noise, the chaos. Football at its most merciless and most magnificent stage. A night that never wanted to end, refuses to end still. Another yellow card brandished. Both the teams getting their goals from set pieces. This is heading towards the penalty shootout. Tolu delivers the free kick, decent elevation, went for the back flick, and there's the number 10. Too high, has it got a touch? Milutari with that hit. Yellow card for Joseph. Beautiful, absolutely magnificent. Well, this is the moment every commentator lives for. The calm before the chaos. Can Keenum, the youngster, becoming part of history. This game simply reminds me of 2020 FIFA World Cup final between France and Argentina. In the dying stage, it was all Kylian Mbappe show. In the end, it was Lionel Messi who had the crowning glory.
There would be minimum 1 minute of extra time.
Just a minute added on. Few more seconds before the penalty shootout. Have a look at the goal. Can Keenum. Beautiful reaction. Quickly pouncing onto the loose. And the ball went in like a tracer bullet. Six goals thriller. Trying to bypass these crucial seconds. The goal coming from direct play. Now Denzel Kershandi fired one in on the right flank. SUBANSIRI started the game on a brighter note, but Siang Warriors ending it on a high. 120 minutes of sweat, courage and chaos, and still nothing between them. 3-3 at the end of extra time. And the night now narrows to the smallest of margins. Penalty shootout, football's most ruthless decider. Contest no one truly wins, yet everyone must face. For Siang Warriors, a lifeline seized at the death. For SUBANSIRI, a heartbreak, delayed but not denied. Now it's about nerve, not tactics, belief, not fitness. A long walk throughout the halfway line, the silence before the strike. Teams will regroup and rejuvenate and decide on the shooters and complete a short meeting. We'll show you all the 6 goals. It was Preetham's strike late in the first half of extra time. And then the equalizer. We've had a couple of goals in the extra time tonight. 4 in regulated 90. they will rely heavily on the brilliance of Noor Alam. That is exactly why he was brought on. Let's see what's the plan from Alison Constantine. They huddle up one last time. One will have a shot at the ground, the other will miss sided away, head bowed. One will get to glitter in the most shimmering stage of all, whilst the other will fade away. And so after all the toil, all the turbulence, we stand here 120 minutes behind us, nothing to separate them. Now football's most merciless ritual begins. Toss to decide which team to take the first stride. Penalty shootout where courage is tested. The composure is everything. And fortune often cruelest companion. SUBANSIRI fans, they faced it 2 nights ago. They stand at a similar juncture yet again. The margins of the penalty shootout are razor thin. Young Warriors to take the first kick. There's Noor Alam. Chance to impress yet again. Man exceptional in the penalty shootout. But the man from West Bengal seems like will face the first shot. The referee just revising them of the rules and regulations. Julison of Siang Warriors is ready. SUBANSIRI to take the first one. Tania Raji takes the long walk. The state shrinks to 12 yards. Tania Raji against Julison. under tremendous pressure. Even we've seen the best in the business buckle down under pressure. One ball, one strike, one heartbeat. And he scores, Talia Raji. Calm as you like. SUBANSIRI United go 1-0 up in the penalty shootout. High scored from the number 22. Now it's Maiban, the star striker. Scored the first goal in this game. Siang Warriors to make it 1-2. The man who set the platform for a comeback. Pressure creeps in. Maiban steadies himself. Now it's Siang's turn to answer. Maiban's run up and he buries it with conviction. What a piece. The shootout comes alive. Now it's Tolu's turn. Chance for SUBANSIRI to take the lead. On Tolu. And he scores into the bottom corner. Even the best keepers can't get there. And their fans dare to dream. It's 2-1. Stepping up now is Joseph Iopon. Defender has been in a great goal-scoring form for Siang Warriors. This man has been outstanding. Noor. Joseph and Noor almost got his hands onto it. Stroke of luck for Siang Warriors and it's 2-2. Didn't go the right way. The pace on it was too much. They needed this desperately. Lifeline 2-2, still they live. It's been one of the Warriors tonight. Do you, the youngster, calm, collected, but it's saved. The goalkeeper guessed it right. Siang Warriors in the driver's seat. Julison, and how quickly fortunes twist. SUBANSIRI fails to convert the third penalty kick. Now Suraj Gurung to make it 3-2 for Siang Warriors. Siang Warriors, Suraj against Noor. And Suraj, he hits it. Precision, perfection. Siang Warriors 3-2 in the shootout. Pressure at its peak. SUBANSIRI cannot miss this. Milotari to keep them in the hunt. Pressure at its peak. Prayers in the stands. Chance to shine for Julison. Milotari makes it 3-all. Nerves of steel, heart of gold. Siang Warriors still have 2 more in their locker. It's Arunachal. Up to take the 4th penalty. Noor Alam will have to perform heroics. Oh, he blazed it over! Could you believe it? SUBANSIRI are right back in this. One kick wasted by each. Blasting it over. Now this game is heading towards the sudden death. He needs to score this. The 5th penalty. If he scores, they stay alive. If he misses, they may be done. Arunachal! He scores! Out of the woodwork. Now, Noor Alam of SUBANSIRI. If he saves this, he will write his name in the history. This could be the story they'll tell for years. Anutari steps up to take this. Intimidation tactics from Noor Alam. Buys some time. If he saves this, SUBANSIRI will face Capital Complex in the final. This game has been as dramatic as a soap opera. Kankinam. Noor Alam! Kankinam scores! It's 4-all. We head into sudden death. What a night. 5 each, 4 apiece. They've walked the tightrope, stared down, fear, and still nothing between them. This is sudden death. Football's cruelest mirror. One will rise and one will fall, and both will remember. SUBANSIRI take the first one. He walks alone into the silence. Manjit Sharma, the centre back. Once tried to keep the dream alive, and Manjit, calm, brave and unflinching. SUBANSIRI go 5-4 up. Denzel Khashandi, the man who came on in the second half and made a good amount of impact. All on his shoulders now. With the heartbeat of thousands behind him. Siang Warriors. And Denzel away from Noor. He simply refuses to blink. Siang Warriors breathe again, it's 5-all. This is no longer football, it is a test of souls now. Now the captain Kishan Singh. He's been the match winner for SUBANSIRI. Known for turning things around in the second half. Kishan with a short run up. And Kishan makes it look so simple. 6-5. Now it's Siang Warriors' turn again. Sonju Bori. Take the 7th penalty for Siang Warriors. Noor Alam. Sonju Bori and Noor Alam saves. What a story, it's over. And SUBANSIRI, from despair, from nowhere, they've done it. A night that began in hope, descended into heartbreak, and rose again into history. Siang Warriors, they fall with pride, but SUBANSIRI, they rise with glory. Penalties, sudden death, salvation. Football in its most beautiful, brutal form. And SUBANSIRI are into the final of the INL 25-26, 6-5 in the sudden death. They gave it everything. Siang Warriors. The sweat, the soul, the spirit, but tonight the mountain proved too high. It's Noor Alam yet again, the man of the moment. Drama, delirium, destiny. Siang Warriors, they held their nerve under the weight of 1,000 of heartbeats. They walked the tightrope and come out roaring. Penalties tested their mettle. Belief carried them through. Siang Warriors from the spot into the final. They'll face Capital Complex on the 8th of November. 9-8 in the penalty shootout, and it's Malim Mate's MasterCard. And yet again getting them over the line, Noor Alam, their hero of the night from the penalty shootout. Siang Warriors. Their journey ends here. Gallant, proud, but just short. They've lit up the league with their discipline and drive, carried the region's pride on their shoulders, and though the road stops tonight, this story remains a beacon for what Siang football has become. A fight to remember. Three all after 120 minutes. 9-8 in the sudden death. SUBANSIRI, they head into the final. Both the knockout games, they etched it in the penalty shootout. Capital Complex versus SUBANSIRI United in the final of the Indrajit Namchur Arunachal League 25-26. November 7 PF kickoff, Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium, the venue. It's going to be an absolute crackerjack. These players have gifted these fans another memorable night. They'll celebrate yet again within a span of few hours. Now they'll have to shift their focus on the final. These are the moments to savor. The Viking clap celebration. Thank you so much for being with us throughout this evening. It's been a pleasure calling this game. SUBANSIRI United into the final. Now the lineup. Two more teams remains. And in the end, one will have their hand in the silverware. This is Sohan Poda signing off from the commentary box. We'll see you in the final.